God bless you, social media. God bless you on this morning. Hopefully, this one doesn't get me thrown off of thrown into the den of lions. A preacher talking about the Dolemite movie. Well, what I did glean from the Dolemite movie, and I know that whenever a story is told via the movies, that there may be things that are entered that may not kiss the truths of what reality was. So I'm going to give them a little bit of artistic liberty. But there were several things that I gleaned from the movie. First of all, Rudy Ray Moore, and I, back in my days of living in the world, I was a big Rudy Ray Moore fan, so I wasn't a stranger to any of this. But there's a passage of scripture that says that the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. What I gleaned from the Dolemite movie was that he went to all of the traditional hunts for funding, for approval, and he was panned by critics, laughed at by funders, and he didn't wait for somebody to put him on. He actually shot movies when he didn't have the resources. He shot them inside of his own place of dwelling. So, folks, sometimes you got to bootstrap your dream. Sometimes you got to put your own self on, even when no one else, even when they laugh at your dream. And I think I laughed at that so long because everybody's waiting for someone to put them on their production. When I get my invitation to TBN, when I get my invitation to the Word Network, I'm talking about preaching, folks. It may be a different genre for you, author, business person, marketing expert. When I get this, whatever the big event that aligns with your passion, we're waiting for someone to give us passageway, waiting for somebody to give us a venue. And folks, what I noticed, even with local TBN, there were different people that I knew, and no one ever invited me. I mean, I went through, and this isn't a gripe session, but no one ever invited me, because sometimes they'll find somebody that found the Lord 5 minutes earlier to interview, but no one ever invited me. So what I did is I went and dug in my own pocket, and I invited myself. So, folks, look. The same thing went for Dolemite in the movie. If you watch it, Eddie Murphy, he's probably going to get some critical acclaim. His acting ability is unparalleled. But this man was panned. He was nullified, and no one ever wanted to attach themselves to his dream. But he went out and built his dream guerrilla warfare style. He went out in the streets passing out flyers. He went from Chitlin Circuit to Chitlin Circuit, went to the radio stations, went to the masses. And folks, we're sitting around here waiting for somebody to put us on. Folks, you got to put your own self on. I could sit here crying until the cows come home, wondering when my big day going to come, when they going to invite me. Because I know a lot of people, and you feel like because you rub shoulders with certain folks, that the people that you rub shoulders with will remember you when they get in power. But folks, a whole lot of folks that you rub shoulders with, they won't remember you once they get in power. So it's up to you to empower yourself. The scriptures declare again that sometimes the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. Yeah, this holiness preacher is talking about Dolemite. But the gentleman, Rudy Ray Moore, went to the streets and he sold his own, produced his own. Folks, some people are not going to jump on your dream. Some people are not going to jump on your project. Some people are not going to jump on your enterprise. So are you going to let them limit what God has placed in you? Are you going to limit what God has given you to do? Are you going to take a few no's here and a no there and a no over here? Or are you going to go and do like some in the world are doing, the rappers selling CDs out of their trunk? I was hearing about people back in the day, that Chameleonaire and all those guys, those rappers that came out of the Houston area for a while, didn't ever want to be on anybody's label because they were making so much money selling out of the trunk. I know there's a guy here, Danny, that owned Artitudes. Gosh, Danny Jenkins. Danny Jenkins in Memphis, Tennessee. Danny went door to door selling artwork from beauty shop to barber shop to little small business here and there. And everybody laughed at him because his dream was attached to going door to door and selling on the Chitlin circuit, selling prints here, selling a few prints there, and everybody laughed at Danny. Danny left this to do this. But years later, Danny's one of the most esteemed dealers, African-American art dealers. So now Danny sells to people that got homes that are the fifth wonder of the world. Danny sells to professional athletes, to actors, to everybody else now, because he didn't wait for somebody to put him on. And folks, you got big dreams. God gave you the dream. You woke up 3 nights in a row and kept getting it. You went and the bus got what your theme was. You drove by a bus and the bus had the theme. You watch a television show and they say the same thing. You've had everything confirmed to you that this is your time, this is your season, this is your day, this is the time that you make your move, and you're waiting for that big okay from some other corner. Well, folks, that big okay from some other corner may never come. So you got to decide to make some things happen. Yes, the children of this world, Rudy Ray Moore, back in the day where everybody panned his movies were panned as the Chitlin circuit, and I think that one movie grossed $10 million in a year when $10 million in a year was only esteemed from big studios. Folks, look, your pies, your coding courses, your coaching business, your ministry can be as large as you want them to be, but you're waiting for that big yes. And God can do it without the big yes. I knew someone that called on some doctors, and the doctors said, I'm not going to talk to anybody that isn't with one of the reputable pharmaceutical companies. So the guy went senior home to senior home until he got the masses together. And then all of a sudden he showed up at the doctor's office that I speak for all these seniors. And when the doctors saw that, all of a sudden they wanted to start dealing with him. Folks, you sometimes got to get it out, get in the streets and grind it out, work it out, keep moving on your dreams. Yes, I was inspired. This holiness preacher was inspired by the Dolemite movie. Keep pushing towards your dream. Don't let anybody make you quit. Don't take a no as the last word on your situation, and stop waiting for the big yes. You can do it without them. You can do it without the big sponsors. You can do it without this person or that person. All the people that you think you need to make your dream come true, God will have somebody that you never thought of, and they'll make that thing solid. Be blessed. Have an awesome day.